What is the psychology of misjudging risks? Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff and feeling confident about jumping because you think it's safe, only to realize later that you underestimated the danger. That's what misjudging risks is all about. It's when our minds trick us into seeing danger differently than it really is. This happens a lot in the world of product design and mechanical systems, where understanding risks is key to safety and reliability. Humans don't always think logically when it comes to danger. Instead, we use mental shortcuts called heuristics to make quick decisions about risks. These shortcuts save time but can lead us astray. For example, confirmation bias makes us focus only on information that supports what we already believe. If we think a machine is safe, we might ignore warning signs that say otherwise. Another bias is the availability heuristic. We judge risks based on how easily we can recall similar events. If we recently heard about a machine failure, we might think failures happen all the time, even if they are rare. Overconfidence bias is when we believe we know more than we actually do. Engineers might trust their designs too much and skip safety checks. Optimism bias makes us believe bad things won't happen to us or our projects. This can cause us to delay fixing problems or ignore hazards. Anchoring bias is when we're relying too much on initial information. If early risk estimates are low, we might stick to them even if new data shows higher risks. Hindsight bias is when, after a failure, we think it was obvious all along. This can make us overlook real warning signs before the failure happened. These biases influence how we see risks, often leading to safety gaps. For example, in product development, ignoring warning signs or underestimating failure chances can cause mechanical breakdowns. That's why understanding these psychological factors is so important in conducting risk assessments. When designing for reliability and safety, knowing about these biases helps us create better strategies. Using structured checklists can reduce subjective errors. Encouraging diverse teams to challenge assumptions brings fresh perspectives. Valuing negative information and dissenting opinions can prevent overlooking risks. Using data and probability models alongside human judgment helps balance intuition with facts. Regularly updating risk assessments as new information becomes available stops us from sticking to outdated views. This approach makes risk management more accurate and reliable. Addressing the psychology of misjudging risks leads to safer products and more dependable systems. It helps prevent failures by making sure risks are seen clearly and managed properly. Recognizing how our minds can deceive us allows us to build safer designs, plan better maintenance, and ultimately protect users and equipment. In the end, understanding why we sometimes get risks wrong is a big step toward making smarter decisions. It's about knowing our mental shortcuts and biases, then working around them to keep safety at the forefront. This way, we can improve how we assess risks and build a safer, more reliable future.